Hi, Collective. It's Intuitive Pisces Moon, and I wanted to just bring you a general reading today. Now, there have been a couple of songs that have inspired this reading, and the first one is Crucify by Tori Amos. So, the lyrics that caught my attention were, "Why do we crucify ourselves every day? I crucify myself, and nothing I do is good enough for you. I crucify myself every day. I crucify myself, and my heart is sick of being in chains." So, what this directly related to for me is kind of a toxic relationship. Now, it does not have to be a romantic toxic relationship. It is any type of relationship that you have. It could be with your family members, it could be with a boss, it could be with your children, it could be with a parental unit, whatever the case is. It could even be with yourself. Okay. So when we're talking about crucifying ourselves, it is like self sabotage. Like she's literally asking herself, why is she doing this to herself when she feels that in this relationship, whatever it is, nothing that she ever does is good enough for the other person. So in turn, she's sacrificing and crucifying herself. All right. Now, the next song that came up was Fiona Apple, Get Gone. And it's very similar theme, so I felt that they very well tied together. So the lyrics that got me with this one is, "You got your game, made your shot, and you got away with a lot. But I'm not turned on. So put away that meat you're selling, 'cause I do know what's good for me, and I've done what I could for you. But you're not benefiting, and yet I'm sitting, singing again. How can I deal with this if he won't get with this? Am I going to heal from this? He won't admit to it. Nothing to figure out. I got to get him out. It's time the truth goes out that he don't give a shit about me." All right. So I felt that those lyrics are just pretty potent as far as, again, a toxic relationship. And it's somebody who feels like, I don't know if they feel stuck or trapped, they might, but they're starting to kind of awaken to whatever behaviors that they have contributed in this relationship and are considering what comes next. Okay. So if we think about whatever toxic relationships we may be involved in, what is it that I'm doing to contribute to the toxicity? Okay. Am I crucifying myself? Am I giving you everything that you need, but I'm getting nothing in return? So these are things to just kind of ponder, when you are entering relationships, what's healthy versus what's not healthy. All right. So I want to kind of use that energy today to tap in and see where we're at as a collective. And again, if this is not your reading, that is okay. If you don't find yourself in any toxic relationship, maybe this reading is not for you, and that's okay. So if it does resonate, great, then this is your reading. And if it doesn't, that's okay, leave it, and there will be others. All right. So I know I jumped right into my messages, but I just want to thank you all for being here today. I hope you're all having a lovely day. So let's just start with a baseline and see what's going on with our collective in any relationships that they may be having. Okay, so we got Eternal Bond and the Wish. So this is 3 white horses. Actually, they're unicorns. So I'm also seeing that as a rare gift. Okay? So maybe you all possess a rare gift and you're not feeling like you're being fulfilled in some dynamic in your life. Okay? We got Arachnopharia. I already know where this is going. And we got Serpent's Spell. All right, we're just going to take 4 today and we'll build off of those. All right. So, thank you, Spirit, for being here with this reading. I'm going to use a few decks to kind of keep going with what the energy is. I do want to read on these before I do that. So, let's first read on that eternal bond. Eternal bond stands for unconditional love, and that is this one. 2 unicorns stand beneath the night sky. The tips of their horns light a pool of water, and the curious foal tests the water with his hoof. Watching the youngster's every move, the mare stands over him protectively. A shooting star can be seen in the distance. To love unconditionally is to expect nothing in return. The mare in this card wants only for her foal to be healthy, safe, and happy. It is natural for most parents to feel this way about a child. But it is not only biological mothers and fathers who experience compassion or offer their love freely in this kind of way. We are all capable of loving without limits. If you have drawn this card, then you might be the recipient of unconditional care, perhaps from a parent, partner, or friend. If so, then it will confirm their feelings. However, eternal bond will sometimes arrive when relationships are being tested too. It is often important to remember how much you love someone when things are not going as planned, as well as when all is filled with joy. While this card does not suggest staying within a relationship that is making you unhappy, it does suggest that you don't give up at the first sign of trouble. As a sign in your reading, it might simply be advising that you remember why this person is in your life and how much you love them despite current differences. Okay. Very nice. So let's get some tarot on that. So again, I'm also relating that as, that could be you and your inner child right there. Maybe you have not given your inner child the unconditional love that it deserves. Or maybe you didn't receive it from a parent. Also, again, relating back to anybody in any type of relationship, this is you craving unconditional love. All right, whether you're being given it or not, deep within you, you crave it. So if you are not receiving it in any current relationships that you're in, again, the card did say don't run at the first sign of trouble, but let's just say that this has been an ongoing thing over the years and in whatever relationship it is. And you're now starting to see that maybe the other person's not benefiting anymore from something that you're offering. And you're also seeing that you're crucifying yourself while being in it. All right, let's get some tarot. We have strength. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. So with the strength card, I am gathering, and again, if this is not your message, it's not, and that is totally fine, that some of you are finding the strength to move on from situations that you're finding you crucifying yourself in, okay? You've given and given and given in a situation, and you have not been getting anything back. And in fact, the love may have been conditional, all right? You are coming up with the strength and learning that you deserve better. You are worthy of more. Okay, let's see what else we can get here. Yep, 6 of Pentacles. So this is about giving and receiving in equal measurement. So balanced give and take. Now, if in this relationship this has not occurred, again, you are starting to see what it is that you want. Why have I not been giving what I have been getting? Why is it not balanced? What's the issue? Is the issue my self-sabotage, me crucifying myself to give to this other person for what reason? I don't receive anything in return for it, and I prefer a more balanced situation in my life. Okay, let's get one more. We have the Seven of Cups. All right. So this is you looking out there and seeing that there's so much to choose from. Now, this person in this relationship may have put sort of a veil over your eyes and, made you confused, and that may have been done on purpose, but I'm also gathering that you are seeing that there's more options out there and that you don't have to feel stuck in any one situation, especially if it is a one-sided situation, okay? You've given all that you can, and that's all you can do. It may be time to move on and start giving to yourself. All right? There's plenty more options out there for you. Okay. Let's see if we can get a little bit more in this pile just to kind of tap in a little deeper. So, what do we have for the people who are in some situation where they're finding the strength to find balance in their lives? Okay. We got 3 that came out. So, we have moving on. Thank you. Next. Inside scoop, a closer look. Someone's up in your business and you're realizing that they ain't shit. Okay. So I am gathering, if we're going to put these in order, someone has done a deep dive into this situation that they are currently in. Okay. Maybe someone's spying on you, but maybe also you are kind of holding up a magnifying glass and looking deeper into a situation and looking for things as they truly are. Okay, there's no veil of illusion anymore. You're looking past that. You're realizing that, why have I stayed in this situation when it's so unbalanced? And you're realizing that your next move is to move on. Because again, you've put everything that you could into it. You've realized for yourself that it doesn't matter how much I continue to pour into this situation, I am not getting anything in return. And I am left empty, I am left unsatisfied, and I am left feeling unloved or maybe conditionally loved. Okay? Yes. All right. And then let's see what we can do to move forward. So moving on is a great step. I just want to see if there's something else that we can do to move forward from this situation. A fresh start. You're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. All right. That is beautiful energy right there. And then at the bottom, it is denial. Denial to accept a situation, unhealthy cycles, or addictions. What I'm gathering is that this may have been you in the past. Maybe in the past you did not want to look at the situation as it truly was. And again, maybe there were some sort of illusions placed over you where you weren't supposed to. They didn't want you to see the truth. Okay? But now that you have opened your eyes and you see everything for exactly as it is, you are now accepting the situation as it truly is. And you're saying, this ain't for me. I've got to move on and do better for myself. Okay? Beautiful energy. Good for you guys. All right, let's go to the next one, which is the wish. Okay, and the wish stands for desire. A youngster rests her forehead on a unicorn's snout. With her eyes closed, here, let me pick this up for you guys. She makes a wish under the light of the moon. Is the animal a carrier of wishes, or have the two made a pact? sharing the same desire. For some, wishes may seem fanciful, but the mere act of wishing can stimulate the imagination. When we think about something that we could or would like to happen, we naturally begin to think about the ways in which it might come true. This creates a realistic bridge between what we desire and ultimately receiving it. There is a difference between productive wishing and wishful thinking. If you have drawn this card, then your wish may soon be granted. However, it might not materialize until your dream is coupled with action. You may desire a new living space, a better relationship, or a dream job. This card could suggest that this is not as far away from reality as you might think and encourages you to carve a path towards your goal. Of course, it is important to think about the nature of your desires. Some wishes will be more obtainable and others will have hidden costs attached to them. How would your life change for the better or worse if your dream actually did come true? Okay, beautiful. Because again, going back to this situation, I am seeing that because some of us are looking deeper into our relationships, and again, they did mention jobs, you know, relationships, partnerships, whatever the case, we're looking deeper into those. And maybe we're calling ourselves out on our BS. Or maybe we're calling somebody else out on their BS. You know, hey, why have I stayed here as long as I have when I am just emptying my cup constantly and not having it filled back up again? Okay. So we're now wishing and making a conscious effort to move forward because we want that fresh start. Okay, let's get some tarot on this pile. So for the wish, what do we have for the collective? Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So somebody is getting more in touch with their femininity, their intuition, their emotions, and letting the feelings flow. And with the Nine of Hazards, we are also getting into a mentality that we can do this on our own. Some of us are ditching a relationship or a job or whatever the situation is and saying, you know what? I have everything I need to thrive, to build my own empire, to do this alone. And I believe in myself because I'm now in my feelings, my emotions, trusting my intuition, and just letting everything flow naturally. Okay? And then the bottom was Knight of Swords. Sorry, the third card that came out was Knight of Swords. So again, that's us charging forward to go after what it is that we want. Okay? Let me scoot these up. I always feel like the camera angle changes and I don't change anything. But okay. So we are charging forward now to go after what it is that we desire. And not only that, but we have faith that we're going to get it. All right. So this is something to me that is just very strong energy of someone who is, and I'm going to say balancing their feminine and masculine sides. Okay. Realizing that they don't need to be codependent on someone else to achieve their desires. And now they're learning for themselves how to build their own wealth, their own empire, and to live lavishly without needing someone else to assist them. Okay? I just think that that is beautiful energy. I'm so pleased with you guys for this. Okay. Let's see what else we have going on here. Okay. We have dirty offer and uninterested. So absolutely. This is you guys looking at the things from the past and saying, I realize how maybe terrible the situations that I have put myself in have been. And I don't want that for myself anymore. So I am now uninterested. If it's not for me, it's not for me. And then we do have wants you back. So this could also be a love situation. Okay, again, going back to the relationships. But if it is a dirty offer, it doesn't matter if that person wants you back. You've already gone in and done the inner work and balanced your masculine and feminine ideals, okay? And seen that you are fully capable and able to do this yourself. So with the dirty offer that's coming through, it's from a wolf in sheep's clothing. They're going to try to tempt you back in to the lower vibrational stuff that's happening, and you are seeing past the BS. Again, you've already done your work, okay? You already have seen this person or this situation for exactly what it is, and you don't want any part of it. You're moving on. You're uninterested. You want a fresh start. You do not want to play into this karmic cycle anymore. It's over with. It's done. All right, let's see what's coming out of this situation. What do we have for the collective in this situation? Yeah, someone is obsessed. Someone is really going to do the most to try to hold you back. Okay. Now, again, that could be this Knight of Swords, if we want to go there with it. So this could also be you focusing too much on one situation and the need to take a step back and do the assessment. Okay, so maybe you haven't gotten to this point yet. Maybe you're still kind of in the wishing phase of it. But what this is telling you is to see the bigger picture. Okay, if you're down in the middle of it, you're in the thick of it, and maybe you can't see everything. You can't see the forest through the trees, because all you see is just the one tree. But what this is telling you is you do have the strength to do this on your own. You absolutely do. Okay? And you have some situation here where a veil has been put over you to try to cloud your judgment, to make you believe that you don't. And if you go and do a closer deep dive to see what it is the situation is offering you, what is it that you're getting out of it? It's a dirty offer. Whatever's coming out of this is not for your greatest good. And because you have gone in and done the work, you see what balance looks like, and you have the strength to do this on your own. So I just want to throw that out there. There's so many people that stay stuck in situations because they feel powerless, because they feel that they cannot do it on their own. And sadly, a lot of what it is it's the person holding you there that makes you believe that. Well, they're benefiting from it, but you're not. Okay, so again, that's you crucifying yourself to stay in some toxic situation. All right. Now I'm going to get over to Arachnofaria, and this is probably the person holding you back, because this lady is not a nice lady. All right. She stands for caution. A fairy framed in red feathers stands coolly in front of a window, the moon gently lighting the back of her head like a soft halo. At first glance, you might think she is here to help or befriend you, but think again. If you look closer, you will see the spiders crawling around their mistress. Look once more and you will notice her necklace, resembling one of the 8-legged minions. The Spider Queen's dress resembles a web in which she may easily become tangled. In which we may easily become tangled. Her wings are blood red, like the red-backed spiders that crawl within her hair. It is only natural for us to be cautious when we are greeted with the unknown. This fairy may be beautiful, but poison runs through her veins. This is a time, therefore, to find out what you are dealing with before making a decision. If you have drawn this card, caution is required since rushing into something could result in a bad or even dangerous outcome. If you are considering investing funds, signing contracts, or trusting others with something that you hold dear, then a little extra research would be worthwhile. We all need to be cautious at times, although our modern problems may not be as perilous as facing a venomous spider. They could cause disruption within everyday life. When this card turns up, prevention would certainly make more sense than cure. Okay. So again, to me, that ties back to the person who may be holding you back over here. All right. So let's get some tarot into that. What do we have for the collective on this caution card? We have the Six of Swords. Whew. So when we say caution is better than cure, this is about fleeing and getting away. Okay, you're making the healthy choice to move on and to go from choppy waters to calmer waters. All right. It looks like you are figuring out what's been happening over here and deciding that this is not for you. You're moving on from it. The Six of Wands, that is victory, success, receiving accolades. All right. It doesn't matter what this person had in store for you, whatever illusions they may have been casting over you to keep you stuck. You've seen it, you've dealt with it, you're moving on from it, and you're going to be victorious in that venture. All right, let's get one more. Yep, the devil. There it is. That is the devil trying to tempt you to stay. And that is also toxic relationships. All right. In the standard tarot, the card shows the devil and then two people chained to the devil. But the chains are loose, which means you have a choice to be there or not. So if you are making a conscious choice to stay in something that doesn't serve you, all that's happening is you're just repeating the cycle over and over again. Okay? All right, let's get some more on this. Okay, we got happiness hater. Yep, somebody definitely does not want to see you happy. Some of you probably know who this Arachnofaria person is, okay? It could be your friend. Maybe your friend backstabs you a lot. All right, now this is saying, into you, good chemistry, great vibes. This would be someone else that's not your happiness hater, okay? And because there's three people in that card, this could be a third-party situation. Jackpot. Okay, so with the jackpot, let's move this down because we have getting away and victorious and jackpot, and then happiness hater is the devil down here. So this happiness hater is somebody who is trying to keep you stuck, does not want to see you victorious and move on from them. They would rather stay in this toxic energy and repeat these cycles over and over again. The bottom is hooked. So somebody is trying to hook you into staying. Okay? But just keep in mind that it's a dirty offer. You've already done the research. You know that they are obsessed with you, obsessed with keeping you down to their level, and you're moving on from it. All right, let's see if we can get an outcome for this pile. What do we have? This one. Yep, you're rediscovering yourself. So you're asking yourself, what are my interests? Are you hiding yourself to please others' versions of you? So For many of us, being in this toxic energy has created a different version of ourselves, maybe one that we don't necessarily resonate with. Okay. So maybe when we got into this relationship, we were in a toxic vibration, a lower vibrational energy, because we either are trauma bonded, maybe you found this situation to be good at some point. I heard something the other day and it did stick with me. So I'm just going to say it. A lot of times people stay in toxic relationships not because they want the person necessarily, but it is the pain that is familiar to them. And that's what they are attached to. Okay? The pain that this person drudges up for them. Now, again, that is kind of a mirroring situation. So what this person, this, spider queen here is mirroring to you is your kind of toxic energy and what traumas you've experienced and you just wanting to stay stuck in that pain. So once you heal past the trauma, you start to look at these situations and wonder why I ever got into them in the first place. Why was I attracted to this pain? Okay? And you start to go back and you start to look at what you've learned about yourself and what you want and what you need. And you realize that all along, this person did not have my best interest. This job did not have my best interest. This relationship, this whatever it is, did not want to see me happy. And so you are taking that deeper dive into your inner self and figuring out who am I really and what do I really want out of this life? Because if you kind of allow other people to dictate this for you, it's not usually for your highest good. Okay? So you're starting to gain the courage and the strength to stand up for yourself and say, I deserve better. I want more out of my life. And this is not it. Okay? Bottom of the deck, we have change a bad habit. So again, maybe we have drinking, overeating, anything that's not serving you. Maybe when you got together with this situation, you became friends because you went out and had a drink together, or you did some toxic situation together, whatever it is, okay? And since you're doing your inner work and looking at yourself from an authentic perspective and, asking yourself the real questions, which is who am I really? Not who am I to this person, not who am I to this job, but me inside, the deep internal me. Who am I? You're taking the masks off. You're revealing whoever it is that you are, and you're looking around and going, I don't even recognize this life that I've built anymore. It doesn't serve me. I don't know how I got here in the first place. I need to get out. All right. Let's go to the last card, which is Serpent's Spell. Again, I believe that one is about temptation. So let's see. Oh, it's about the shadow self. All right. Medusa slivers towards us. Her hair, a tangle of snakes, writhes and contorts above and around her. Her arms are outstretched, commanding respect from all who come near. In Greek mythology, the cursed Medusa was punished by Athena for betraying her. She was sent to a faraway island and transformed physically so that no man could ever desire her. However, this did not stop Medusa from beckoning people to look into her direction. One glance from her hypnotic eyes would turn whoever looked to her to stone. There are many things in life that we would prefer to not acknowledge or look closely at. This slivering serpent, banished to the recesses of our own mind, represents those shadows within ourselves that we would prefer to stay hidden. It's important to remember that we all have a shadow self. It might manifest as jealousy, anger, laziness, or self sabotaging beliefs that prevent us from attaining your dreams and having a healthier life. Since we can neither dismiss or heal the dark serpent within us, it is advisable to get to know it. Facing your demons and accepting them can actually be a positive thing to do. Understanding why we became jealous or angry can uncover a path towards a more balanced way of living. Okay. So the devil to me also very much relates to your shadow side. A lot of people want to believe that the devil is like a separate entity, but it's really not. We all have a shadow side within ourselves, which could be considered the devil, and we all have a God self. That's our enlightened, higher being self. So within us, we can choose which we want to indulge more than the other. Now, what we should be doing is balancing them, okay? We're not trying to diminish our shadow. We don't entirely want to be light beings and have no shadow, because that's not possible, all right? All of us have both. It is our responsibility as humans to find the balance between the two and integrate the shadow into our persona, okay? Let's get some tarot on this pile. All right, what do we have for this, for the shadow self? We have the Five of Swords. Okay, so this is kind of a cutthroat energy. I see this as battle and conflict and having to win at all costs. So again, that could be some of our shadow self inside that needs to be acknowledged. Climbing the ladder and not caring who you're stepping on the way up. This could also be outside forces. So that might be something to acknowledge. All right, what else do we have for this pile for the collective? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So that is about our feminine energy. And again, we all carry both masculine and feminine, but it is our nurturing side. It is having the balance with, again, the emotional, intuitive side with the Queen of Cups, and our three-dimensional material side. Okay? So again, with the conflict card, maybe that's something that we struggled with in the past. Maybe we were entirely focused on material and 3D gains and not trusting our intuition and doing that sort of inner work. And then we have the Sun. What a great card to end the reading with. So this is positive energy all day long. Radiating that glow from within, the childlike energy. It is just a beautiful, positive card. And I think this is all of us seeing the light in the darkness. Okay? So if we think about our shadow self, it's made of dark. And here is the sun to shine the light on it. To say, I acknowledge what my shadows are, and now I'm integrating them into everything. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the King of Cups, guys. This is us mastering our emotions. Okay. Now it is from a masculine standpoint. And that's great that we have sort of a counterpart situation going on here. We now have the King and Queen of Cups. We're trusting our intuition. We're balancing our intuition. We're balancing our light and our dark. We're balancing our feminine and our masculine. We're balancing our intuitive, emotional side with our three-dimensional material side. So many ways in this reading that we are balancing things. So I love it. I'm here for it. All right, let's get some cards on this row, or this column. All right, we have bad karma. Okay, so maybe in the past that cutthroat attitude has brought us bad karma. Maybe we're seeing that. And I want to call it the fruits of our labor, but hey, sometimes karma is the fruits of our labor. It may not be good fruit. It could be bad, rotten fruit. Maybe you sowed some seeds in the past that you were not thrilled with what came out of it. Yep. All right, here we go. It led you to the same shit, different day, and maybe you lost a lot of money in your ventures. Bottom of the deck is fake flexing. You act rich, you floss money, you act fancy, you show off. So again, that could be the Queen of Pentacles here. She's got her fur there, and she's all dressed up to the tens. So I'm gathering that that's the lesson that we have learned back here. Okay. So the lesson that we're learning is that when we just keep doing the same thing every day, nothing changes. And when we're stuck in toxic cycles, you just continue to get more of that unless you make a change. All right? Maybe you thought that doing this behavior was going to get you, the riches or the material wealth that you were hoping for, but it didn't end the way you expected it to. Okay? This could have been your shadow self that was deep down, and it was coming from a lack mentality. All right. Let's see the outcome of this pile. We got the sun. I mean, that in itself is beautiful, positive energy. But I also see that again as just shining a light on our shadows. I think nobody wants that bad karma that came with whatever in the past stuff that we did. All right, validate your past. There it is. So validate the past. You did the best you could. Feel and empathize with your past, not judge it. So again, for some of us, when we did that deeper dive over here and said we wanted a fresh start, we also had to validate our past. And whether that means accepting it and moving on and saying to myself, that's not who I am anymore, that does not define me, or it could just be forgiveness. Maybe this person, this Spider Queen, did you dirty, did you bad, and you fell for it. You're acknowledging with forgiveness that you forgive yourself for what happened, and you're also forgiving that person because, that typically means they've got their own issues to deal with. I'm assuming that if there was a person responsible for all this drama, they are also dealing with this bad karma. Okay? Maybe that means that because you chose not to perpetuate the cycle and that you're moving on from it, this person is still stuck in it and they are experiencing this negativity. Okay? They're staying in a lack mentality. They're experiencing bad karma because of it, and it is the same shit, different day, which is the same cycle over and over again. Okay? They're probably going to remain in this must win at all cost mentality. All right? And the bottom of the deck on that is see the beauty. Learn to find the beauty in everything. See the world for all of its aspects. I love that too. Because again, I want to go back to the past. Maybe some of us had more of a negative outlook on things. And that can be kind of scary. Oh, nothing will ever work out for me because I just am the way I am, But now that we have healed past a lot of it, and again, rediscovered who we truly are on the inside, we validated our past, we made a wish to the universe for unconditional love, and we want that fresh start because we're moving on from what doesn't serve us. We're now starting to see how beautiful life truly is, and just the beauty and everything around us. And I also get that with gratitude, you know? Maybe some people in the past, for whatever it was that they did acquire with their three-dimensional wealth, that they weren't grateful for anything, okay? Maybe they acquired the stuff and they were never satisfied. They always wanted more. And so they weren't grateful for what they had. And all this did was perpetuate the cycle of lack mentality. Okay? So I love all of this because it is just such beautiful energy. And I truly want the best for all of you. So let's get some affirmation cards and then we will wrap this up. I do hope this resonated with somebody. And again, if it didn't, that's totally fine. It's not your reading. Okay. What do we have? Ooh, look at that. A random. Ooh, I don't know how that got in with these. This, I'm shuffling this deck and this random goddess card came out. So this is Athena, inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. Just gonna leave that there because it was a gift card. I don't know how that mixed in with this deck. I'm usually pretty good about separating everything, but anyways, there it is. All right. When I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace rather than control. Definitely. All right, we have appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. Yep, that's that gratitude thing that I was talking about. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith in love, and the joy I put out. Definitely. You get back what you put into the universe. It's very true. So if you want to stay stuck in this energy, keep putting more of that out and you'll keep getting more of it back. But if you want better things to come from you or come for you, you've got to let go of some of that residue. Incorporate your shadow. Find the balance in life. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. Absolutely. I just said that. The universe has big plans for me, and it's time to claim them. Great. My true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. I love it. Okay. Here's the bottom of the deck. When I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. Okay. So a lot of this I relate to as clearing some of this junk. Okay. If you put the work in, the universe supports you and the universe will give you back what you put in. All right. So that is the message for today. I hope it reached who it needed to reach. And again, if this is your reading, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe, like, whatever you need to do. I'm so happy to have all of you here. Thank you so much for your time and your energy exchange. And keep in mind that I am a beacon of light here to help guide you through the darkness. Okay? So I do wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, and abundance. And as always, love. Make sure you're pouring that love into yourself first, okay? The universe sees that you love yourself and then sends you more love in return. Whether it is through other people, other opportunities, whatever the case, the universe reciprocates what you put out. All right? So thank you all so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.